Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blow the Whistle Sports. I'm your host, Holloway, and thank you once again for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share. And like always, if you want to see something on our show or you have a bright idea that you want to see us implement on the show, drop them in those comments below or hit us with any one of our social media outlets. Holler at us, we holler back. I got a full show for you guys today. Thank you guys for your support. Thank you. And always, please remember to hit that like button. It's for free. Hit that like button. And then once you hear the show out, share it with your friends so they can put their opinions in and we can give them some insight or maybe help them understand just that much more. But let's get into this show. But today, I'm sorry to say, Steve, he's out and about, and he's going to be calling in, and I have him on the phone line right now. So, hello, Mr. Stephen Rubain. How you doing?
Man, on Blow the Whistle Sports, we keep it real. It's been a challenging week for me. I'm not going to lie, but I'm always going to keep it positive. So we're going to get through this. Sports is always a great healer. So I need some healing tonight. So let's go talk some sports.
Yes, sir. We're going to jump right into it because I know we come in here a couple minutes late, but we're going to get right into this March Madness. Hey, Steve. Now, we did the show before the show, Blow the Whistle, on Mondays. You can catch us on two nights now, Monday night and Wednesday night. Monday night, our brother Patrick Nagle, and tonight with Stephen Rubain. Hey, sir, tell me that your bracket is still running strong.
Well, right now, the Duke game destroyed my men's bracket.
Oh.
I do got a women's bracket still at 99%, but we're going to get into this Duke game.
But
because
what happened to the bracket that was 100%? You had a bracket that was you were ranked number 1 in the world, Steve. What happened to that?
We got to talk about the Duke game. Let me just tell you, people have talked about it all week, trying to evaluate what happened, what should have happened, how could Duke have lost that game being up by 19. We always give you the real on a fan perspective, and I hate to target one player about that, but
here you go. They kids, Steve. Before you put that name out here, I want to be transparent.
Yeah,
They're kids, Steve.
That,
kids make mistakes.
Yeah, you know that.
Come on now, be nice.
If you watch the play that happened, Duke did everything right. There was 10 seconds on the clock, 10.2. They were up by 2. All they got to do is get the ball in. You get the ball in, either they got to foul you or the clock's going to run out, or you leave like 0.2. You can't even get a shot off. They pass the ball to their main boozer, the center. He passes the ball back to the inbound passer, which you're supposed to do.
Right.
The inbound passer passes the ball into the middle to the guard. The guard is Boozer's brother, Kalen Boozer. Now, as a guard, once the ball gets into your hand, you're supposed to dribble the ball out to either foul you or the game's over. For a reason that only he can know, he panicked. He was playing hot potato. He tried to pass the ball over 2 people bigger than him. They deflect the ball. They steal it. They get the ball to this guy who hasn't made a shot all game, and he hits the 3 of his life to win the game. There's only one thing you can say on it. Kalen Boozer, I'm sorry you're going to live with this. This was your moment.
Pivotal moment. But me and Patrick touched on this on Monday night. These are kids. He was put in the pressure cooker, and it is what it is. Hey, that you don't know until that much pressure is put on your shoulders what you gonna do. And just so happens he made a huge error, man. Huge error. And my bracket went down. Millions of brackets went down.
I don't know.
I can't call it, but
here. Let Let me try to call back in. I'm getting a bad reception. I'm gonna call you right back.
Okay. Well, why Steve is calling back? Um, that just destroyed my bracket, and I know a lot of you people out there, because my bracket was 95.4%. 95.4%. All I needed was Duke to show up and be in that Final Four, but I picked the Wolverines to win it all. I picked the Wolverines to win it all before the bracket even started. I thought the tenacity of the Michigan Wolverines was going to reign supreme in the beginning, but Duke just messed up my Final Four matchup. I had it picked, and it was supposed to be so simple. But Steve, are you back? Is everything good with you in the connection
I'm
now?
back. Yeah, yeah, we're able to understand what was being said there. But yeah, I had Duke, Michigan, 2. I had Duke winning over Michigan. Very frustrating. Like I said, I'm not a Duke fan, but you got to win that game. You can't lose. That's a game you can't lose.
That's a
And like
no-brainer.
I said, yeah, and unfortunately, you had a young freshman who, unfortunately, the moment was too big for him, and he tried to do something that is inexplainable. You're the point guard. Once the ball gets in your hand, the ball stays in your hand.
But I want to be clear,
Who's you
because
passing to?
I know we because we touched on this on Monday, because that was the big topic then. But the bracket that you had 100%, was that men's or women's? Because I thought it was a women bracket that you had 100%.
That was a women's bracket. Yeah, the women's bracket I had 100%. Unfortunately, it was killed off when Michigan lost to Texas.
Okay.
So for the women's bracket, Michigan killed me, whereas in your bracket, Duke killed you.
Right.
Oh yeah, it happens. But I'm still in pretty good shape, like I said, for one of my women's brackets. The men's bracket, yeah, Duke destroyed it.
Okay. Well,
I really thought this was the year for Duke, but
the games are coming on Thursday, right?
Still be for a good Final Four.
The next Final Four, is it Thursday or this weekend?
It's actually starting on Saturday. Let me go over real quick just the 2 games. So on Saturday, we're having Illinois versus UConn, and then we're having the big game, Michigan versus Arizona.
Wolverines! Yes, sir.
Yeah, so most people think the Michigan-Arizona game is the national championship game. Those are the 2 best teams left.
Wolverines, take it.
Okay, I would say right
Hands
now,
down.
I would definitely take them as well.
Wolverines,
yeah, I would take them
it.
as well. Yeah, I got them as well. Now, for those who also do follow the women's Final Four, let me go ahead and give you that Final Four.
What is it, Steve?
And that's actually going to take place tomorrow. South Carolina versus UConn, the big game. And then Texas versus UCLA. So you got all them 1 seeds in the women's bracket. I took a chance. I took a gamble with Michigan, and they let me down. But it's going to be a great women's Final Four as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, it is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, let's touch a little bit on baseball to keep it moving.
Yeah, let's touch a little bit on baseball.
Because you know,
first we get
my
season,
Dodgers. Oh yes, sir.
Yeah, Dodgers looking good as expected. Yankees are off
and
to
you
a hot
know
start.
this, man.
I mean, overall, I would just say real quick that the new pitch count thing, it seems to be an early success. The thing where now a manager can contest balls and strikes.
Oh,
that's
a big one.
There's been a lot of change. Yeah, that's a big one.
That's a big one.
Baseball has always been strict on no one can challenge balls and strikes from the umpire. And so for baseball to now go to the technology and actually allow managers to challenge balls and strikes is a huge deal.
They had to do it because, you know, one thing I hate when we watching these sports in 4K, and it's you can see it so clear, and when they say something that it just doesn't look right, and it's in 4K, and everybody around the world is watching, it has to be able to be challenged. Because come on now.
Absolutely. I agree. I agree 100%. And NFL, are you listening?
Wait. We haven't made it to the NFL yet, Steve.
Oh, we're gonna get to that.
I
I'm
know.
just,
We'll get to it because I know
that's
the
that's a
rule
teaser.
the
That's
rule
a
changes
teaser.
out there. We gonna get there. We gonna
Yeah,
get there. But
we're
what,
gonna get there. I'm just throwing out a little teaser.
first of all, with
I just say
baseball, I
NFL.
want you whenever you say the Dodgers, you got to say our name right.
Yeah.
World Championship
Uh,
Dodgers.
Actually, you're incorrect, sir. It's the two-time world champion
Hey,
Dodgers.
I like that. I like
Let me
that. I
correct
like
you
being
there.
that. I like that. I like that, Steve.
Yeah, you guys are the back-to-back champions. So
Hey.
I will call it correct.
Hey, let me pop my collar and zip my zipper.
You know,
There we go.
like I said, I always like to keep it real. Whether or not you agree with everything I say or not, it's a different story. But I always try to keep it real.
And Patrick, if you
I will
watching,
say,
you heard what he said. Back to back world championship.
back-to-back world champions. Yes,
Dodgers.
sir. Yes, sir.
That's what we represent
Now,
right
I
here.
will say before we close out baseball, the only surprise team right now has been the Florida or Miami Marlins, whatever they call themselves now, off to a 5-1 start.
It's early,
So
and I'm happy for them.
Yeah, happy for them. So hopefully they can keep it up. I doubt it, but it's a great story to start the season off. So
yes, sir.
We're gonna be watching our baseball, keeping track of it. You gonna sit through a whole game this year? Can I get you to sit through a whole baseball game?
If we're gonna go to the game.
Okay, all right.
I will go to a game with you. But baseball to me, just like this last year, if you did not like baseball or appreciate baseball, and like these diehard baseball fans are out there, if you didn't get to these series when it got down to the nitty gritty, and if you weren't hanging on by the edge of your seat, something's got to be wrong with you. They brought it back to back when Earl Hershiser was pitching, was out there pitching. That's back. That's the last time that I feel that people were really into it like that. It's always been it's always been popular, but it just wasn't as dramatic as it was. This was like a movie. It was a movie.
I'll give you that. Now, I will say the last time I went to a game at Dodger Stadium, it was always Dodger is a great experience, but you got the beach ball going, and people you got to keep track of it. Try to hit the beach ball. There's all kind of distractions going on, all kind of people talking craziness. It just takes away. I like to get into the game, and I'm going to be there in person. I want to focus on the game itself.
I understand totally.
That's my thing about the in-person experience. But that's just me.
I understand.
Some people like all that extra drama. Some people like all that.
Some fans are just obnoxious inside the stadium, and it's irritating.
Just obnoxious people just take away from the experience. But that's just me. But do we want to get into a little NBA?
What
You want to get into?
What we doing? What we doing?
Well, you know me. It's all LeBron all the time. So we gotta talk about the hottest team in the NBA.
This is the only reason you wanted to talk about it.
Well, absolutely, because people are starting to come around. Even the most diehard, Stephen A. Smith, the most diehard LeBron hater, other than Skip Bayless, even he's coming around. He's even come out this week on his show and said that LeBron has to be in the GOAT debate.
See,
that is a huge admission.
This is too early in the show for you to bring this up. We've already discussed this, and this is one of those topics that just
can it not be discussed more? Can it not be discussed more? Can it not be discussed more? Hey. This man is 41 years old and he's just doing crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's dunking on people. He's putting up triple doubles this week. I mean, come on now. 41 years old, putting up triple doubles.
I can't take nothing away from him.
At
this moment, it's like he's a cyborg or something.
Yeah, it's not even human anymore what he's doing. I mean, it's just crazy the level of play he's playing at age. But the Lakers now have to be in that championship discussion now. The way Luka's scoring on a record-breaking pace. The way Austin Reeves has stepped up.
Right.
And then with LeBron accepting that third wheel status, still Thunder,
Accepting
Spurs,
it.
Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's accepted it. He's come out. I think he's taking it on and respecting what he can do at this point. He understand that he's not the top dog anymore. He's not the guy, but he can be.
He's no longer Batman
a strong
anymore,
guy.
is what you're saying.
Yeah, but he's one heck of a Robin.
And well, wait a minute. You say he's the third guy, so he's like
He's the third guy.
He's like Batman Beyond, the guy that helps Batman.
Yeah, he's like that one.
Like Batman Beyond was Robin, but he moved on, and somebody else became Robin.
Right.
So that's putting him at another status, because Batman Beyond, that means LeBron now is still a superhero. He's just the superhero that helps the other superheroes.
There you go.
He's still in his own status.
I like that analogy. I like that analogy. Very, very well stated. Very well stated. So we're gonna keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
But I hear though we got some good NFL stuff to talk about today.
Oh yeah, let's jump right into this NFL, because the NFL, it seems like we seem to go on and on and on. But the top thing, Steve, that I want you to get into, everybody, this is what we've been waiting for. A world announcement. Steve, what are the new rules in the NFL this coming season?
Well, let's get to the main ones. The NFL, every year the owners get together and they decide on, decisions as far as making future decisions on Super Bowls, decisions on run the money, and talk about the new rules.
Right. Before you start, is there anything about what a catch is?
No.
Oh, goodness.
Unfortunately, they don't want. This is for those who don't know. This has been something that we have been going over for years and years and years. Our argument as to having a clear decision on what is a catch.
Roger,
because
good deal.
It seems to change from game to game.
We've been begging you. We begged you before this even came up. This should have at least been. Was it even a discussion, Steve?
It had to be a discussion. I can't imagine they went in there and didn't discuss it. But for whatever reason, the NFL does not want to get into that topic. I don't know why. It's a major topic. Have a clear and decisive decision on what a catch is.
Yes.
But let's go over what they did decide.
All right, I'm gonna shut up. Go ahead, tell us.
Well, the first one. Now those who know about the onside rule. It used to be you could just do an onside kick at any time. No, nothing declared. Now you have to let the officials know ahead of time that you're going to be doing an onside kick, so both teams know, and they have a certain setup you have to have. This year, they decided that instead of having it only be in the last quarter, last commence of the game, now you can do it at any time as long as you let the official know ahead of time.
That makes sense.
Makes sense.
Do you still have to declare onside?
Yeah, that's the problem. You still have to declare the onside.
So it's not going to be a secret.
Now do it at any
you
time.
Can't walk out there like you're about to run a regular play and then run into the onside formation.
No, it has to be a total setup. Both teams know. Yeah, so it's a compromise, but it's a weak compromise. I'm agreeing with you. Weak compromise, but the NFL, at least they're trying to do a little something to make the game a little more exciting.
That was because onside kick, it didn't work a lot of the times, and sometimes it worked, and now you tell them you have to declare the onside so everybody gets ready for it. You needed to be able to fake an onside kick, like you're going to regularly kick the ball and then you onside kick it.
Right. That was the whole excitement of the play, was that you weren't expecting it. So yes, I agree with you. It's a weak compromise, but it is a compromise. Let's see how it plays out.
But that's one of those rules. I didn't even think they should have changed it. Nobody was getting hurt from this.
About player safety. The excuse was player safety. That was the big excuse, is that too many players were getting hurt, supposedly, by guys running up there and just whamming somebody, getting a full head start, and then just clocking somebody trying to get to the ball.
Wow.
But, I don't know.
All right.
Now, speaking of kickoff, still, the second rule is that, if you get a 15-yard penalty before the kickoff, you kick the ball from the 50, kickers would just kick the ball into the third row. Now they've passed a new rule now to try to make it the incentive away to try to keep the ball in play. So now we get the ball at the 50-yard line kicking off. You may want to try to keep it within the 20-yard line so that they can get some kickoffs. So that's one new rule.
So what's the benefit of that
effective. Well, you might now get a couple kickoffs running for touchdowns because now teams might have incentive to try to kick the ball between the 20 and the goal line to get a run back. So you just how many games have you watched where the kicker just goes and just booms the ball into the stands?
Yeah, they basically took the kicker out of the game, where the kicker always tried to angle the ball to get it right into the end zone or to keep it out of the hands of a good returner.
Yeah, now they're trying to get that more back in the game, so hopefully that'll work. Well, coaches now have to buy into it because most times coaches are like, let's not even take the chance, keep the ball into the end zone, and then call it a day. So we'll see. That's going to be one that's going to be on the coaches. Are the coaches going to accept it?
So there's nothing juicy?
No. I mean, like I said, these are just weak. What's the word to use? Weak compromises.
Just something to do. It sounds like these are no rules that people we weren't even thinking about these rules like that. We would want those rules to go back to the original format. Honestly,
agree. Now here's another one. Now NFL personnel can consult with on-field officials when they're considering disqualifying somebody for flagrant football acts and non-football acts without being called on the field. So that's, for example, if you go ahead and target somebody or you spit on them or do something that may not be called immediately, now they can look down and say, hey, so-and-so did a cheap shot. They need to be disqualified. So
a call can come in and they'll point the number out and get that person ejected?
Yeah. Now they can use that power.
I guess.
To go ahead and kind of influence the game in that way.
I guess. That's not a biggie either.
No. Now, the one that's supposed to be the big one, let's see. So here, I'm going to read it to you. Allows the NFL officiating department to correct clear and obvious mistakes made by on-field officials that impact the game. Yes.
Whoa.
In the event that there is a work stoppage involving the game officials. Now, that's the key.
That sounds like a good one.
It sounds like a good one if the officials are go on strike. So apparently, there may be a chance that the NFL officials are going to go on strike for more money. They got replacement officials in play. They want to give those replacement officials more power. So we'll see. I got to read more into this to really get a true gauge of what this exactly means.
Okay, I got to ask you a question.
But if it does, go ahead.
Now, you kind of went into two different things. Now, you were telling us the rule, and then you told us about the officials might be going on strike. I want to back it up a little bit to the rule again. Now, is this a rule like the one we've been talking about, to where an official makes a call and then it's a bad call and the coach can't challenge? Now, they can get a call from a head official that's watching and it can be changed?
That's where the clarity needs to come in. It sounds like, I mean, apparently happens anyway. We just don't know about it.
Right.
They got earpieces in their head. You know how many times you watch the game and they throw a flag and then all of a sudden mysteriously the flag gets picked up and they don't explain why?
Right.
That seems to be kind of like they got that call from upstairs that said, hey, you need to pick that flag up.
Nah,
That
buddies.
play
I,
didn't
I, I
happen.
want that clear. I want to know who had the bad vision. I want to know if it's the refs on the field fault or where's the call coming from? Is it coming from New York?
That's the question. See, that's the thing that there's no clarity with, is that sometimes it's coming from New York, but then sometimes maybe it's coming from other officials on the field. We don't know. That the NFL does a poor job of really specifying that. And so I like, those who have watched the UFL, that started last weekend. The NFL gives you a clear. I mean the UFL gives you a clear, but you can listen exactly when the people upstairs are determining how they made that decision. So everything is clarified where you know exactly why the decision was made, changed, whatever.
Makes
The
sense.
NFL needs to go to that.
Exactly.
That's what the NFL needs to go to. Yeah, because right now,
1000%.
we've seen how many times we've blown up on this show about horrible calls, and we never get a clarity. I mean, towards the end of the season, the playoffs, the
Especially when
catch
it
with
gets down to the
Denver.
nitty gritty, it seems like that's when we get most of those horrible calls. And this has nothing to do with it being my favorite team or your favorite team. It's just when we're watching a good game and you see the game is being called, and all of a sudden we get to the fourth quarter. In the first three quarters, they must be letting them play. And then the fourth quarter comes, something that's not even egregious as the call in the third or the second quarter. It could be something that barely happened. They'll call a flagrant on it, and it'll be 10 yards when at a pivotal time that if you didn't call this one, that's impossible that you should be able to call this one, because this one he turned the man's whole body around. This man barely got touched. So I was waiting for you to tell me something that was groundbreaking or game changing. I think this one we need a little more clarity on.
Yeah, the NFL still has a lot to answer to. It seems like they don't want to answer to it. They want to leave things up in the air.
Yeah.
And this is a wait and see.
When you leave stuff up in the air, that's when the conspiracy theorists come out there and they take it apart. Because in actuality, if you're leaving something out there, this is a sport. We know that they're supposed to catch the ball 2 feet down. You're supposed to make a touchdown. Your ball must cross the end zone. There's no gray area. It's either it happened or it didn't happen. And NFL, we got to do better than this. We got to do better than this. Shout out to Glenn White. I see you said, "What's up, sir?" Thank you for your support. Hey, don't forget to like and share. Hit that like button, people. But Steve, now you done gave us the new rule changes for the NFL. If you guys missed it, as soon as the show posts, you'll be able to rewind and hear exactly what we talked about, because we went over it from A to Z, all the new rule changes. Now I got a question for Steve.
All right.
You've seen what happened last season. This season, I know I'm way off base by asking you this early, but from anything that you've seen last season to the changes that's made, I know we haven't even had the draft. I want to know your favorite for the Super Bowl next season.
Okay, good question. Baby, on Buildable Sports, as you all know, we give it from the fan perspective, and we keep it real. We keep it
and this
as
is
honest
early.
as we can.
Practice hasn't started. Nobody's gotten hurt, because things could change. I'm gonna ask him the same question before opening day, but right now, off the top of his head, I just want to see what direction he's in.
Now, right now, if I had to pick the team today, based on only the factors that we know of today,
right,
I would honestly have to go with the Kansas City Chiefs. I think you have a extremely motivated Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
You've now given him the coveted running game he so has needed for the last several years.
The premier running back.
I think they'll premier running back. I think that their wide receivers are going to figure it out. I know Hollywood Brown's gone, but they still got Worthy. Kelsey now knows this is his last hurrah.
And you haven't even
He's going to
mentioned their
step it
number
up.
one wide receiver. That's
Which
not
one's
even their
that?
number one.
I said Worthy.
No, Worthy's not the number one. Worthy's is number two. The guy that got suspended.
It's from Rasheed Rice. Yeah,
Yes, that's
but
number
Rasheed
one.
Rice, he should be motivated. So I'll give you that. So between Rice, Worthy, and Kelsey, that's a nice 1, 2, 3. You know, like I said, we still don't know what's going to happen in the draft and with free agency. So,
hey, that's an excellent pick.
That's the team I picked. Yeah, thank you.
That's an
Now,
excellent
who
pick.
would you take?
Now, what you saying that I want to analyze what you said. What you saying that makes 100% sense. Now, a lot of people said Mahomes fell off, and I was like, Rasheed Rice. His number one receiver. What's his name again? Why do they call him Rasheed Rice? What's his name?
It's Rasheed Rice. Rasheed Rice.
Oh, so it is Rasheed
Worthy.
Rice. You know, I keep mixing him up with Ray Rice, Rasheed Rice, Ray Rice. I don't know why. Mm-hmm. One is a running back, one's a wide receiver. So Rasheed Rice and Kelsey coming back for that extra year, now it turned into 3 years. Patrick Mahomes, the years that he went back to back to back, he didn't even have a premier running back. Now, his number one and his number two guys are coming back healthy. Kelsey, everybody said that he slowed down. Incorrect. Even you said it once. No, incorrect. But it's easy to lock somebody that big down when you know where he's got to throw the ball to. Now, with him having all weapons at the helm, like I said, that's a damn good pick, Steve. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't be on track to go back. Now, with that being said, there's a team that came in here and they did their due diligence. And that team goes by the name of Buffalo Bills. They have DJ Moore and Khalil Shakir on the other side, along with 2 premier tight ends. 2. Let alone they got that arm back there in Allen. And their backfield is not shabby either. I picked the Buffalo Bills to go all the way this season. And it's a doggone shame because now this new coach is going to get the praise for it when the guy that shouldn't have been let go, well, you know what? I can't even say that because we've questioned his saneness on years past by just the sure play calling that he let get by. So this might be, maybe the change was for the good. It all depends. But here on Blow the Whistle Sports, and we're going to ask Patrick, and his name is Patrick Nagle, not Nigel, like I said in the beginning. I don't know. Patrick's going to get on my butt about that. But we're going to get his opinion too, because I should have asked him that as well. Steve taking Kansas City. I'm taking Buffalo.
I'll close out on that. I do want to hear what Patrick has to say on Monday for sure. I'm just going to close out on this. Buffalo always sounds like a great pick, but I can't buy into it until I see it happen. We've been riding the Josh Allen train for 6-7 years now. Amazing job. He puts up the wins. He has the crowd going crazy. New stadium this year. Everybody does this. Everybody does that. But do you really want to take Josh Allen in an AFC Championship game over Patrick Mahomes? That's the question you have to ask yourself.
You know what I'll say? It's going to be a doggone good matchup. I hope they match up that way.
It's going to be a great matchup. Oh, it's going to be an amazing matchup. But do you really, with the chips on the line? This goes back to the whole Tom Brady versus Peyton Manning and versus Aaron Rodgers. Do you really want to go against Tom Brady in the championship game with the game on the line?
I'm gonna say this: Buffalo had a real big letdown this season and a couple seasons ago. I'm talking about monumental letdown. The way Josh was sobbing and the chip that has to be on his shoulders. I'm factoring all this in along with him getting he didn't like Patrick Mahomes has Kelsey, he has Rashid Rice, he has Worthy. Those are his guys. And
Right.
Worthy, for some reason or another, has not shown up. You know, I thought Worthy was going to take Tyreek Hill's position in the passing game, and he has made some excellent catches. He's been a solid 2, I would guess, but not he hasn't been on the Richter scale the way I thought he should have. On the other hand, Josh Allen, Khalil Shakir has been solid every year for him. And now with the addition of a DJ Moore, number 1 capability. He doesn't even need to be the number 1. All he has to do is come in there and eat, and he's getting the passes from a premier passer. Buffalo Bills, y'all heard it here. Super Bowl, bar no injury. Injury is a big factor. These teams have to stay healthy. And then this is coming from a diehard Carolina fan. Steve is a Washington Commanders fan. He picked Kansas City. I'm not counting my team out, but being realistic from this standpoint of right now, because Carolina got a lot of good things brewing. I'm going with the Buffalo Bills next season. And like I said, before opening game, I'm gonna put the question to you again, Steve. And we got to find out from Patrick on Monday. We got to find out where he's at with it.
Absolutely. Listen, I think we both have great picks. I mean, it's just going to come down to you got Mahomes, you got Josh Allen. Who's going to be the one to get the job done? I mean, that's really all it comes down to.
Hey, thank you guys for tuning in. Steve, thank you for at least calling in, sir. We want to get you on camera, but thank you for calling in. If you got to call in next week, that's cool.
We're going to try to do it next week. We're going to take it week by week.
All right.
This was a tough week. This was a tough one.
Not to worry, because next week, the show before this show on Monday with me and Patrick, tune in because we're going to get Patrick's answer to the same question I just asked Steve. But we'll see y'all next week. Please like and share this with a friend. And thank you for your continued support. We'll see y'all next week.
All right, guys.